Hello, Hufflepuff Hollis here. I thought I'd continue my throwback review and review Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Not one of my favorite movies, but I really rather enjoy it for what it is. I think it's a great sequel. It doesn't suffer from sequelitis at all. I think it just continues, if not improves, on the pace that the first movie has. Um, Soundtrack is of course great, but I think it's a lot of recycled tracks with a few new ones from the first movie, so not the most notable soundtrack. Um, but yeah, anyways, spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen it for whatever reason. I think I should start off by talking about Dobby. I don't know what to say about Dobby because I love Dobby just as much as everybody else because Dobby is just pure and holy, and he is a free elf. And I love how he kind of introduces the whole idea, like about how purebloods consider themselves to be elite. Introduces how house elves are treated like slaves, that sort of thing. It's an interesting aspect in the wizarding world, and Dobby just gives us insight to it. So thanks, I guess. um, I love him. Like, even though he's meddling around and wreaking havoc in Harry's life, you gotta love him. You can't, he's like you're a dog. If your dog does something wrong, you're like, oh, bad dog. But you look at his eyes, and you're just like, cannot be mad at you. It's just same concept. Same concept. I really love the Borough. When Harry goes to the Weasley's house for the first time, it's equivalent to when he goes to Hogwarts for the first time. Just as he flies in and the Burrow draws near, it's just such a beautiful scene. And Harry, Ron's like, oh, it's not much, but it's home. And Harry's like, I think it's brilliant. We agree. All the viewers, everybody watching the movie agrees. It's just a magical little place, and it's the first wizarding home that we see, so it means a little bit more because this is our introduction to a full Weasley, full magical house, full wizarding family, which is something that we're not familiar with up until that point. Molly Weasley, right off the bat, I love her. Of course she has scenes in future movies and future books that gives us reasons to love her, but like, where have you been? That's such a great scene. I love it. And then her howler that she sends later in the movie is also really great. I love her. You just want to give her a hug sometimes because she's so awesome. Quick little thing about Harry in the flute powder scene. He's very stupid. Oh, he's such an idiot. Instead of saying Diagon Alley, he's like, just like, dude. I love it. I see jokes about it online all the time. It's like there's a meme about this scene. It's a dank meme. I really like the Ford Angelina scene, like when Harry and Ron have to fly to Hogwarts. It's not it's kind of lame, but I still enjoy it for whatever reason. I just sit there the entire time like, oh my god, these idiots, what are they doing? I love the Whomping Willow part. I think that's so funny. The scene where they get in trouble for this by Snape, I think, is really good, just because Alan Rickman's performance in that scene was just classic Snape. I think it was really nice. One thing I really like about it, rather than individual scenes, I like the overall mystery of the petrifying thing going on. You have no idea. It's a really good mystery, and I think for someone who's never seen it before, will just be baffled by the end results because it's just totally unexpected. I think that's something J.K. Rowling is kind of good at, those plot twists, if you know what I'm saying. I think it's a really brilliantly written mystery. I think it's a little bit more mysterious than the Sorcerer's Stone mystery because, you know, I think Harry's doing more to seek out the answers. Him and Harry, Ron, and Hermione. The Polyjuice Potion scene was pretty good. It introduced us to the concept of Polyjuice Potion. We were able to see the Slytherin common room. We were able to get a little bit more insight into little things here and there. But it was just really funny. And then Hermione as a cat, you can't go wrong with that, right? I love that part. It's so funny. Like, that's the sort of magical nonsense that I love from the wizarding world. Like, so great. Moaning Myrtle was pretty funny. I mean, she's pretty annoying, but I think that's just her character. I think she's great. What else? The Chamber of Secrets part was really good. Like the whole final climax battle part of the movie, I think was really fun. Something that I don't think a lot of people appreciate is that 12-year-old Harry stabbed a basilisk in the head with a sword. I feel like not too many people appreciate that. Even myself. Like, I don't stop and think, wow, this 12-year-old kid just shanked a big giant snake in the brain. I don't think about that much, and I feel like I should. And I feel like everyone should think about that. Like, this is... You know, what the heck? Hold on. Okay, so the first movie, he defeats a wizard with his bare hands. And now he uses a frickin' sword and stabs a gigantic snake in the head. What in the world? And he destroys a Horcrux in the process. Wow. You know what? I feel like Harry Potter is a hero. You know, I feel like I don't think about it as much as I should. You know... Well done. What the heck, man? I love, well, I don't really love. Gilderoy Lockhart is the most annoying character in the series, but Kenneth Branagh is so good at it. It's like, like, it's just absurd. Like, that character in general is just so absurd and obnoxious, and it really does, you know, it is a little bit of comic relief in the movie. Like, the whole pixie scene, it's so funny. I love it so much. I think he's really stupid, and I think the actor does a good job of playing stupid. Great character. I like him better in the books, though, especially, like, in the Order of the Phoenix book, where we see him again with still memory loss from that he gets from this one. So that's nice. I really love Fox, the Phoenix. I think that bird is just so beautiful, and I really like how he comes in with the Sorting Hat in the Chamber of Secrets. I thought that was really nice, and then his tears of healing powers. Like, it's just a beautiful bird. I think for it being 2002, the graphics of this bird was really good. I love the scene where Harry comes in and it's burning day, so Fox, like, turns into ash, and Harry's just sitting there like, Professor, there's nothing I can do. It just caught fire. Just like, this is my favorite scene in the movie. Like, dead serious. He just got fire. Like, poor guy. Poor kid can't get a break. He just killed a bird by just looking at it. Poor guy. Poor Harry. I love the scene after the chamber, where Harry is in Dumbledore's office. I think there's two parts to this scene. I love when Harry is looking at the sword of Gryffindor, and Dumbledore is like, yeah, only a true Gryffindor can pull that out of the Sorting Hat. And this kind of tackles Harry's identity crisis, because I think the whole movie he's just like, you know, what if I am Slytherin, you know? But it goes to Dumbledore's wonderful quote from this film where he says, it's not our abilities that show us who we are, it is our choices. And that quote, for me personally, has taken me through so much in my life. And this scene in particular, I tend to think about a lot when I'm going through some tough times. It's not our abilities, it's our choices. And I think that's a huge theme in this film alone, especially with Harry's whole identity crisis. I speak Parseltongue, so I must be Slytherin. But it's no, you're not. I mean, you might be, but you chose to be Gryffindor, so you're Gryffindor. And I think that was such a brilliant scene. I don't really recall how that scene was in the books. I think it was about the same, but the movie just does it so well. And the whole scene with Lucius at the end is really funny. I do know that I forgot the actor's name just now, but the guy that plays Lucius Malfoy actually improvised a line where he says, "Let's just hope that Mr. Potter will always be there to save the day." And they didn't tell Daniel Radcliffe that he was going to improvise, but Daniel Radcliffe, like, as Harry Potter, was just like, "Don't worry, I will be." That whole scene was improvised, and whenever knowing that just makes that scene so much better, because it was just like, yeah. Dobby's freedom, he gets his freedom in the scene, and I think that's a cute little scene. Now, my favorite thing about this movie is the ending. Whenever I think about Chamber of Secrets, this is what I think about. The ending scene with Hagrid coming back. Oh my god. And Harry is all like, "There's no Hogwarts without you," and gives him a hug, and it's just, Hagrid really loves this kid. He loved him from the beginning, but now Harry just saved him from Azkaban, from spending an eternity in Azkaban. And Hagrid just, you could just tell the love that they have for each other. It's just so nice. And Hagrid is just, you can tell that he just feels so lucky to be where he is. He's had challenges in the past, and I feel like this is something we don't really think about when we think about Hagrid, what he's been through. But he's at Hogwarts, gamekeeper, Dumbledore's close friend, Harry's close friend. He's living the life, and I think that's a moment where the series just celebrates Hagrid as a whole. There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid. And the movie ends with, the lame slow clap that it's such a joke. Usually people make fun of that, but I gotta be honest. This movie does it so well. It gets me every time. I know it's like a stupid slow clap or whatever, but this is the only time where it's done right. And it gets me every time. I'm always crying at the end. Hermione's over there crying. Hagrid's tearing up. McGonagall's crying. And I'm sitting here oh my god. And then it ends, it pans out, and you see Hogwarts. One final shot of Hogwarts. And I'm sitting here oh my god, I love this movie. I'm always crying in these movies. It's ridiculous. I think that's it. I think those are the big things to take from that movie. I think it's really good. I'd probably give it an 8, 9 out of 10. Yeah, so let me know what you think about the movie if you're actually watching this video. Hufflepuff Hollis. I don't remember my name anymore. I'm out. Bye, guys.